This is a 90-90 breathing drill with a little bit of twist, but this has really helped me kind of understand a little bit more about when I'm gripping down from here to create tension, and that limits my ability sometimes to open up a little bit more, especially in my upper chest. So to get set up for it, you're going to get in a 90-90 position. You want to make sure that you're pulling the heels down. We've got some proximal hamstrings on, so we're really feeling some nice good tension here, and we're going to roll our pelvis up towards our rib cage without squeezing our butt or tensing up our hip flexors or our quads. So check in with yourself and make sure you have the ability to do all that. Next thing that we're going to do is connect different parts of our upper body with the ground, and this can be really helpful because it helps you understand a little bit more about where you are in space and what is moving and what is staying still. So the first part that I want you to connect with the back of the ground is the back of your shoulders. And you might be like, wow, that's really hard. And that's okay. It's kind of hard for me too. So we just don't want the whole back of the shoulder up and off the ground. I don't need the very outer edge of your shoulder to be on the ground, but we do want the more meaty part of the rear deltoid to be able to be on the ground. Now from here, I want you to push your triceps into the ground, and you can have your arms out a little bit from your side. They don't have to be super close to your side. Whatever works for you, whatever feels good is totally fine. But I want you to think about really kind of pushing that tricep into the ground. Now make sure you haven't lost your hamstrings, haven't lost your posterior pelvic tilt. From here, you're going to just let your arms lay open, okay? You may even kind of feel a stretch down your arms, that's fine, but make sure now, I want you to check, you've got hamstrings on, pelvis tilted, back of shoulders down, triceps, you're driving your elbows down into the ground, and just kind of think about that middle fingernail lightly touching the ground. Now what I want you to pay attention to right here is that feeling in your chest. Does it feel open or does it feel closed? Right here, it should feel fairly open, and you may feel like you're kind of having to work to keep this position, and that's okay. Now you're going to very softly take a nice long exhale. What I don't want you to do is lose any of that length that you just created in your chest. Don't let the front part of your shoulder come down towards your pelvis. I want you to keep the front part of your shoulder really nice and open while letting your ribs come down. It might even feel like a little bit of a tug of war, and that's okay. So once you've got all the air out on that exhale, I want you to hold that. Now hold some of that tension and take an inhale without losing all that tension in your core. Then exhale. And again, don't let the shoulders pull in and down. And inhale. What we're really aiming to feel here is the ability of the chest to actually move up with an inhale. I want your chest to move more than your belly. And because of the posterior tilt of our pelvis, activation of our hamstrings, we're getting the two diaphragms in a really great position to be able to respond to one another. So the pelvic floor diaphragm and the respiratory diaphragm. All right, that is your 90-90 with chest opener.